I swear, I think I'm cursed by the Circe Saga. Every time I try to film something with the Circe Saga, I end up concussed, or in this case, I've hurt my ankle. It's potentially a fracture, but I'll know after going to a foot ankle specialist tomorrow, number one. Number two, I then took a prescription strength ibuprofen for the pain and ended up breaking out in hives all over my face and neck, even going down to some of my arms. The worst one was it was like in my ears. And it's like, oh, you can't itch anything because you don't know if it's the hives or just like, you know, every now and then you gotta do an itch or something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. This is probably more than you ever needed to know. But I've definitely been behind in filming and I feel bad about that. But anyway, we are here. And I know this is the day that Mary has been waiting for with great delight. Because I know I have Gigi in the Puppeteer animatics. And as we know, or for those who don't know, Mary is Gigi's #1 fan here. And she has been waiting for me to get to Gigi's Puppeteer. So I have 3. I've got Himea, who we've seen before. I have Gigi. We have one who I've never seen before, which is Smulio. Very curious. Moving on from that, I have 4 Wouldn't You Likes, 4 done fors, and only 2 There Are Other Ways, which I do appreciate because frankly on this album it's my least favorite song in the album. Sorry to those who are fans of There Are Other Ways, it is not my favorite. But okay, we are gonna go into Puppeteer, beginning with Himea. Now I am aware there is some mild controversy, at least in my Discord, of my reaction to Himea's Storm, which is mainly I did not appreciate the chest on Odysseus, and I just gotta say, apparently I have high standards for men, animated men and their chests, because I'm like, he has a chest, but it's nothing that's like out of this world wild, like thus far in terms of muscles and giving me the manly or the buff Greek men with their buff Greekness. I'm looking at you, Crumb. Crumb's luck runs out. Takes the cake on that one. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling, but I just felt I needed to address it because, oh my god, I did not hear the end of it, and I had to explain I clearly have unintentional high standards. Oh, you snorting, Peg? Do you agree? Yeah. Record. Okay, we hit record. Let's go into Himea's Puppeteer. What a color palette. It's light green and yellow. They're very cool toned. I like it. Sorry guys, I realized you will see all of my notifications. Mary is currently very much in the Discord. So there you go, Mary, this is your other cameo. Anyway. But yes, what an interesting color palette.
Captain, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest. Until it is said, I cannot rest.
Ooh, I like the little anxiety sweat.
You really gotta make sure this island is secure.
But Captain,
there's only so much left we can endure. Whatever you need to say can wait some more. Of that I'm sure.
Okay.
I like the little flowers that are in the bushes. And the idea that they kind of head off into bushes and it's off into the unknown. Oh, what a great color. Oh my god.
You really can
No, yo, that's awesome. We have a color palette shift, because I actually thought the color palette was super interesting. It was kind of light yellow, light green. It was just very, it's one we haven't seen. We've seen a lot of very either no color, totally understandable, or maybe one color highlighted, usually blue, and then sometimes we go to red. Now this is clearly meant to be evening. We have this beautiful purple to pink gradient, and we did this as a POV shot. I was just saying I like the bushes with the little flowers. It's a way to, you know, they kind of disappear off into the unknown, and Himea then transitions that into a POV shot from Eurylochus coming back. That's great. That's actually really clever. I like that a lot. That's such a cool choice. Now, obviously, in the Odyssey, we know that they have seen smoke. They know somebody lives here. Odysseus sends off his men to go see who lives here on this island, which the men are not super pleased about because the last 2 encounters they've had of let's see who lives here are Polyphemus and the Lacedaemonians. They're a little on the side of how about we not? But Eurylochus is the only one, obviously, who comes back, and he relays, and he's shook. Man is shook to his bones. And he's just like, fuck the men, let's just get out of here. But, I love the transition to a POV shot. That's, it makes me nerd brain happy.
So soon. Where's the rest of your crew? And by the gods, what happened to you?
Oh, look at those eyes.
We came across a palace.
Nice white.
Inside we heard a voice. It seemed to show no malice. To greet it was our choice, but nothing could prepare us.
I love the idea that the song comes out as almost like little strings.
What did this palace hide?
Lines, like a web.
Sir, since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster.
Nice.
Hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
She had us in just 2.
I love the expressions. I mean, obviously, also, I love this part of the song, the beat, the da 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 da, like, the speak singing, the bounciness to it, the cadence, it gives me such joy. And the little blush on Eurylochus, like, yeah, I was a woman. Which I'm like, Greek men know better than to underestimate Greek women, especially goddesses. Don't mess with the goddess or nymphs or anything else. Proves to be a problem.
Words.
Come and shine.
Damn.
Oh my, legs.
Welcome to the best part of your life. Go ahead
Look
and
at that
whisper like
hourglass.
you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you.
It's super cool. Again, we call her the puppeteer. That, you know, she's got these strings around her finger. She's wrapping them around the men's necks. That's a really cool detail. I like that a lot. And they're done in white, so they are meant for you to notice them, even if they're very thin lines.
Now,
Only I stayed outside, but the rest went in.
take a seat.
Is that a pig I saw
Let me
in
bring
the
you
stained glass?
something to eat. I bet you're
Smell
tired
it.
from the years spent on your feet. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Ooh,
By
but
the
her
time
very
the meal
heavy
was far
makeup
too late.
really makes her
Go
look
inside the
sus.
meal.
Think of your
She had
past
cast a spell.
and your
They began
mistakes.
to squeal
They'll be the
and grow
last
snouts and tails.
mistakes
Ooh.
you
She
make.
changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah.
Great.
I've got all the power.
Oh, look at
Now
that
I'm
face.
I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
Oh,
yeah.
the imagery is so good. I love the imagery of her basically holding them. She's binding them. And again, that flat, I mean, first her expression, again, we do that, the shadowed eyes here, but her eyes are red, and Eurylochus initially had that look, and I like that, the way we've tied that together. Great use of imagery.
This is the price.
And it wasn't quick.
We pay to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
Oh, doing it in shadow, so good.
All the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No,
There is a pig in that glass, I love it.
No, I don't play, I'm
Do it while Eurylochus.
yeah.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't. Look at all we've lost and all we've
Oh,
learned.
nice flashback to the
Every
broken
single
timber.
cost is so much more than what
And that
we
their ship
learned.
is fucked.
Think about the men we have
The results
left
of
before
ruthlessness.
they're none.
Yeah.
Let's just cut our losses, you and I, and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no
nice
length I
hand
wouldn't go
shot. Oh,
if it was you I had to save. I can only hope you'd do the same.
Oh, having tying back his hair, we mean business?
I can hear her still,
No one will find
and her voice deceives.
their way between
What if she can't be killed?
my nymphs and I.
Would you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the
Oh,
power.
her wand. Yes, Cersei does have a wand. She's usually portrayed with one.
She's a clever.
There's actually some really famous, or a famous piece of art. And I can't remember who the artist is, but it's part of that pre-Raphaelite. Oh my God, that word throws me. Pre-Raphaelite movement. There's a lot of art in this kind of style, usually of women, a lot of them kind of air quotes antiquity. But there's a really famous piece of art showing Circe, and she's got her wand and her various animals around her. Because that is part of the thing on her island. She does seem to have all these other wild animals. I do want to know, only because this came up, I think, during book club, was that not all of the animals on Circe's island are men that she turned into animals. Some of them are legit just wild animals. And the thing with the pigs, I will also note, she doesn't eat them. This was another thing that came up during book club, and I was like, whoa, we do not eat the pigs. I know that Hermes is going to have that line of like, or you'll end up on her plate. She does not actually eat any of these men that she changes into animals. She just changes them into animals, which like...
That's like gatekeep girls.
This is the price.
Oh, they received a line. This must take inspiration from that piece of art, that really famous painting. With that line.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
I saw that Hermes lounging on a branch with that grin. I like that bit. I like that a lot from Himea. Himea hides a lot in these visuals and in these details. Very cool. And also that great image of at the end of just her hands coming down, which like, it's such a great image. Reminds me, there's a lot of really cool image you can often see of all things for like the Nutcracker. It'll often show you like Drosselmeyer coming down with his hands. Obviously he builds the Nutcracker. Or reminds me also of really one of my favorite films of all time, which is Amadeus. The poster usually very famously shows the Commendatore, at least the version they have, at least the costuming of it, this very famous mask, the ghost of this Commendatore from the opera Don Giovanni. And they usually then have also the music of the night, the Queen of the Night, not music of the night, spreading his hands open, and you have like the Queen of the Night in there, different operas. So it's like that kind of, I love that kind of imagery. Very cool, very cool. Also the colors, lush, beautiful. Love the use of gradients, and the use of the red eyes, the white string. Oh, there's some cool shit going on here. Love that. Love, 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 love. And next we have Mary's favorite. We have Gigi. Now the big thing will be, Mary, don't murder me if this doesn't end up being my favorite puppeteer. Just FYI. Again, very nice kind of rosy dawn color palette. I'm assuming a lot of these color palettes are potentially meant to reflect the cover art. I know this one has very pink purple scheme. And does actually do kind of stained glass, which would make sense that he never brought that in.
I have something that I must confess.
A lot of motion on your Eurylochus movements. I like a lot. A lot more frames.
I cannot rest.
And Odysseus just kind of looking at his ship.
Captain,
I will note they probably would have brought the ship further onto the beach. I mean, granted, I don't know how far back on the beach Odysseus is meant to be sitting. It seemed like he was sitting like right kind of where the tide is meant to be coming into the surf. Usually they would beach their ships like right up on in, if they're beaching their ships on an unknown island, which is just like, I'm not even nitpicking a detail. And I just happen to notice how far the ship is. I'm loving that it's like as we go on, I don't know in what order Gigi did all these animatics, although granted, I would assume that because this particular song, you know, like each album comes out after each other, like it feels like we get even more details in the characters as we go on in these animatics from Gigi, which is kind of interesting. And I'm wondering if it's just the case of, you know, Gigi kind of better settles her designs for the characters in her head as she goes along. From what I understand, Gigi is a she, so hopefully I'm not misgendering you, Gigi. I deeply apologize if I am, and please correct me in the comments if I am. But I like seeing like little bits of detail that just seem to get added as these animatics go on. It's a really great sign of showing like the passion these animators have, and then also that like as you continue working on something, you oftentimes like things will form and become more solid in your mind.
Eurylochus, go make sure this island is secure.
but Captain,
There's only so much left we can
I do appreciate
endure.
that this Odysseus does at
Whatever
least
you
a
need
little
to
bit of
say
scruff.
can wait some more.
He looks pretty
I'm sure.
haggard.
okay.
Is he on his own? What about the other men? Nice way to show time passing. Well, there's some of the men.
Eurylochus, back so soon. Where's the rest of your crew? And by the gods, what happened
Nice
to you?
movement. I will note that I only saw Eurylochus walk off. I didn't see the rest of the men. Granted, it is kind of early in the morning. I'm still in the first cup of coffee if I'm just blind. Who else is shocked? I like that some of the men also stayed behind. Because that was the thing, was Odysseus basically sent like a scouting force. He didn't send everyone with Eurylochus. That kind of would have been a ridiculous amount of men to send out.
We came across a palace. Inside we
I love that we have him going to like get water, like holy shit.
No,
No, not my beard, dude! Not my one-eyed beard, dude! He didn't get turned into He's one of my
What's with
favorite
this
random
palace
crew
hide?
members that Gigi drew.
Sir, Since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman. She had us in just 2 words.
These are definitely gonna be. Oh my.
Welcome to the best part of your life.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Go ahead and rest wherever you like.
I love the kind of exotic nature that we're giving to all of this. All of the plants
Only I stayed
flowing
outside, but the
down.
rest went in.
Take a seat. Let me
See the
bring
little
you
sparkles.
something to eat.
My one-eyed beard dude,
I
no.
bet you're tired from the years
All the
spent
wine.
on your feet. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. For inside the meal,
Think of your past
she had cast a spell.
and your mistakes.
They began to
Ooh, the
squeal.
oh, nice use of the yellows here.
Mistakes you'll make.
And this is really cool use of color. So the bit of yellow we have coming in here for the bits of like the magic, her eyes changing that color, that is at it is just lighter than what we have going on in the gradient. And it's a really cool use of color where you try, if you think of just like drawing static images in art, you often try to include color from little, especially in like the environment around you, into the actual character if you're drawing a character in it. And it's a really cool way to help tie a scene together. Oh, that's such a good use of color. And again, I really like this Circe design. I kind of love it. It's just, I don't know. I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing with it so much. I mean, is it period accurate? No. Do I care? No.
Power, yeah. I've got all the
Love this,
power.
all this
No, I'm not
movement
a
on
player, I'm a
CSC.
puppeteer.
Gigi
No,
has
I don't
definitely,
play, I'm
like,
puppeteer, yeah.
They
you can see how many more
transformed.
frames Gigi's adding.
We pay to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
meant to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm a puppeteer,
We
yeah.
have to go save them.
No, we don't. Look at all we've lost and all we've learned. Every single cost is
I
so
love,
much more than
like,
what we've
both
earned.
Himea and Gigi have done the, like,
Think
looking
about
back at
the
the ship,
men
look at
we
people who are
have
still
left before
here,
they're none.
and the
Let's just
stuff
turn
they've
our
gone through. I like
losses, you and
that.
I, and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to
I love the
run.
kind of eternal state
But I
of
can
leaves
hardly
blowing in
sleep
the
now,
wind.
knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it
Oh, hi,
was you I had to
Hermes.
say.
I see those winged sandals.
I can only hope you do the same.
I can hear her still,
No one will find
and her voice deceives.
their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My name's and I.
Will you choose to leave?
Their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the
love
power.
that close
No,
for the
I'm not a
hands.
player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer,
She's
yeah.
a clever witch,
This is the price.
and she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game of wits,
We draw the line.
but you don't have to play.
Watch from above.
I have to try.
Okay.
I've got all
I know Gigi is known for her 360 spin shots, but what she did just there is called parallel editing, and it is so nice. It's essentially where you're cutting between two different scenes, but the motion and the movement, or sometimes even you do it with dialogue, flows in between each other, and it feels almost like one scene, even though we're very clearly cutting between two different scenes. Very nice use of parallel editing while doing it in a 360 spin shot. I don't even want to imagine, like, the level of prep that goes into thinking of how to animate that. And again, I know Gigi is known for her 360 spin shots. Doing it in a parallel edit is so nice. I like that a lot.
the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
Very well done. Very, very well done. Ooh, I do like that a lot. Okay, Mary, I see why you like this one so much. I get it. Like, obviously, Gigi is a phenomenal artist. I've been enjoying their animatics. Even if, like, again, keep your friends close. Like, it emphasizes tonal stuff I don't like, and, you know, some of the designs were not my favorite. I still really appreciate the animation work that went into it. Again, Gigi has really great use of motion and does stuff that's really dynamic, and this one has a lot of frames in it. You can tell just by how smooth a lot of the motion is. Ooh, very cool. Last Puppeteer. New artist to me, Smulio. With an insanely intense thumbnail. Not gonna lie, the thumbnail's kind of terrifying, but I love it. I'm very curious. Again, I see it looks like we're probably gonna get another more red, pink toned, warmer color palette, if you will. Very curious. All right, Smulio. Oh, once again starting with this bluey green, probably to then bring in the contrast of the pinks. Oh, look at that battered shit. Oh, hi, Eurylochus. Strong facial features on Eurylochus. Again, we always do draw him with a buzz cut, which I do want to know. I actually kind of want to mention something about this, because a lot of people ask, like, you keep mentioning the buzz cut. I do. One, mainly because in the Homeric epics, Homer loves referencing the flowing-haired Achaeans, the long-haired Achaeans, and also because longer hair, usually kind of it seems around maybe like shoulder length, was the fashion of the age, at least from the art we have from the Bronze Age, and even going a little further on, at least with the Greeks. Long hair was a sign of, like, prosperity. It was a sign of kind of not quite status, but it was a sign that, yeah, I can let my hair grow out and all this. And also, notably, oftentimes, in that era, kind of back in that time, if you had your head shaved, it was a sign that you were either a slave or a criminal of some kind. Like, it was usually done as a punishment. You didn't do it because it was a fashion choice. Now, of course, when you get into the Roman era, you'll see a lot more, like, close cropping of hair, but the Greeks, they liked their longer hair. So it's just, like, it's funny to me to see the buzz cut, which I do understand is based on the voice actor who sings for him, but it's, like, a slight bit of amusement for me every time I see it. But I do like these really strong facial features. We have I see some good calves. The thighs are not fully on display, but I see some good Greek calves. These men have a little more chunk to them. They've got a little more heft, which we know. I like my buff Greek men. So I like seeing some meat on these guys' bones. And also, I see that armband. Ooh, great posture where he's, like, kind of in. He's worried. He's closing in. Great gesturing.
Captain, Eurylochus, go make sure this island is secure. But Captain, there's only so much left we can
I see the little
endure.
light sparkling on the water.
Whatever you need to say, can wait some more. Of that I'm
Nice
sure.
Odysseus design. I see some facial hair. And longer hair. Very nice. Oh, I like that background work. Pointing so the other men go with him. Change the color palette. Very orange. Strong shadows. Oh,
Eurylochus, back so soon.
sorry, I want to pause. I love these trees in the background. Sorry. I'm liking also that I get to actually look at the backgrounds and notice really cool background work going on here. Something like Circe's Island will allow you for that. I like it a lot. And the thick forest. Himea is said to have very thick forests and woodlands. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but totally alien in a way to them. Very cool. Very cool. Also, that light work, I see you. I see you with that great blocking on the light work behind Odysseus and his hair and all that. Ooh, very nice.
Where's the rest of your crew? And by the
Ooh,
gods,
having
what
him fall to
happened
his
to you?
needs. Love it.
We came across a palace.
Oh, look at that
Inside we
palace.
heard a voice. It seemed to show no
I love the
malice.
front of the
To treat it
palace.
was
Very
a choice,
classical
but nothing
architecture.
could compare us for the
Was that the
power
architecture of the
that
Bronze
waited
Age?
inside.
I don't
What did
believe
this
so.
palace
Don't
hide?
care. It's beautiful. It's just great background work.
Since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile creatures that we could
love that
resist.
Odysseus
But this
face.
was a hell of a
I really
twist,
love their
'cause we are
Odysseus.
weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
The shadows. Oh
She
my
had
god. That's such great use of line work. One, like, oh woman, it's very intense, very heavy shadow. And then you have Odysseus in very thin, slightly moving line work. Oh, that's funny as shit. That's really funny and really clever. Great use of line work, which again, I am hella jealous of everybody's line work. I am garbage at line work. I wish I had good line work. I don't. I really don't.
In just 2 words.
Come inside.
Oh,
Damn.
hi, Circe.
Welcome to the best part of your life. Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Sassy's got you now.
Only I stayed
Interesting how a
outside,
lot
but
of
the
them
rest
seem
went
to.
in.
I will note. Himena had, I believe, Circe's hair up. Gigi gave Circe a long braid, and this we have Circe's hair kind of in a half bun with the hair flowing free. We do know that Circe and Calypso and several other characters get called like with lovely braids. Braids was obviously the main hairstyle type of the era for women in particular. Just a fun note. It looks like also she's got almost like a chopstick going through that, which obviously a design choice that's cool. I wonder if that's meant to be her wand. Is that her wand she's using to tie up her hair? That would be a cool detail. Smulio, is that what you're doing?
You see, let me bring you home something to eat.
Would be cool if this were
I
long.
bet you're tired from the years spent on your feet.
The use of the nails
I've
giving them
got you
pointed
your
ears. I see why.
worries, got you
Seriously's got slightly
now.
pointed ears.
By the time they ate,
I
it
love
was
these
far too late.
strong
Go
features
inside
of
the
these
meal.
characters.
Think of your
She had cast a
past
spell.
and your mistakes.
They began to squeal
They'll be the
and grow
last
snouts and tails.
mistakes you made.
She changed them.
I've got
Another one that
all
does the eye
power,
change.
Yeah, I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a
Ooh, I
puppeteer.
like
No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
They transformed,
This is the price.
and it wasn't quick.
Ooh, that's horrifying.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I've got all the power.
That's amazing, giving very like almost terrifying the sequence in Spirited Away where Chihiro's parents turn into pigs. That I love the idea that the one crew member realizes something is wrong and goes to stab Circe. Now, again, a lot of this entire encounter is rooted, as usual, in Xenia, because Xenia is one of the core themes of the Odyssey. It pops up all throughout it, but obviously it's not a huge thing in Epic. But I just love that idea that he's just like, something is wrong, immediately goes for violence and getting the point like right there. Ooh, that's so dynamic, and it is terrifying. That entire changing sequence is really kind of leans into the horror of it, which I like a lot. As much as all of the transformation sequences of the Men to Pigs have been very dramatic, they've leaned into the, oh wow, that's messed up, that's terrifying for them. This one, Smulio and the choices they've made, the close-up shots, the use of the lighting, the dynamism of it, and also even this shot here of the man as a pig with like that bit of magic coming out like tears has really leaned into the horror of it, which I like a lot. It's just unique.
Yeah, I've got all the power. No, I'm
that
not a
is
player, I'm a
pigs.
puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at
have
that
to go
shot of
save them.
Eurylochus.
No, we don't. Look at all we've lost and all we've
Wow,
learned.
the fear is there in his
Every single cost is
eyes.
so much more than what we
And seeing it
earned.
like that, you can, I think,
Think
really
about
understand
the men we
Eurylochus'
have left
terror
before they're none.
in this
Let's
case.
just cut our losses, you and
I really am loving these designs for these characters, and Smulio's art, I'm a big fan.
I, and let's run.
Of course I'd like to leave now. Of course I'd like to run. But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go if it was you I had to say.
I like this kind of focus on Eurylochus
I
in the
can
back.
only hope you do the same.
I can hear her still,
No one will find.
and her voice deceives.
Keeping her in the pain.
What if she can't be killed?
My nymphs and
Will you
I,
choose to leave?
their loving queen.
I don't know.
I've got all the power, yeah. I've got all the power. No, I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. No, I don't play, I'm puppeteer,
She's
yeah.
a clever
Snake.
witch,
This is the price.
and she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game
Ooh,
of
nice
wits,
boosting her magic.
but you don't have to play.
Watch from above.
I have to try.
Oh, look at that lovely motion animation putting the cake on.
No, I'm not a player, I'm a
Oh, she sees the
No, I
shit.
don't play, I'm puppeteer, yeah.
Ugh. Smulio, I think you just dethroned Gigi for me. I do like Gigi's design for Circe, but I love the intensity of this. I love the drama and the horror and the fear. Wow, Smulio, that was incredible. Again, new artist for me, one we haven't seen. That is incredible. The character designs are amazing. The absolute horror of the transformation sequence, I think that's probably my favorite of the transformation sequences, because it just leans into how horrifying it is. And I think it really then leans into like why Eurylochus is so freaked out, which obviously he is in the Odyssey, but the way that it's shown here, I think it makes Eurylochus seem even more reasonable in his absolute terror of being like, no, let's just leave. Like, fuck them, let's leave. Like, if it were to look like that, I think we could all kind of be like, honestly, bro, blame your relative on that one? Like, wow. Just incredibly dynamic. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Things I've noticed obviously across the board are that we have a lot of the pink color palette for Circe. Again, I think a lot of this probably has to do with the album art for Circe is obviously very much pinky purple. The use of stained glass, I remember also that on the album art, so it's nice to see a couple of the animators brought in that they're stained glass windows. Is a cool little nod to the album art, I'm assuming. Very cool. Very, very cool. That's definitely probably a very difficult song to animate, as much as I've talked, you know, previously a lot about water, but doing people to human, human to animal transformations and all of that has definitely got to be a difficult thing. The way that you've got to not only work human anatomy, but animal anatomy, and the way that you then have to manipulate and warp and stretch the anatomies. Oh, very cool. Just, oh my god, so much cool nerdy art things that make me pleased. But next, we're gonna see some Hermes. I'm ready to see the Hermes designs. I'm ready. They ought to be fun. Because I think Wouldn't You Like is definitely a song where an animator gets to have fun. You know? As they should. It's Hermes.